Hey everyone, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Red Hat. Oberon.
and me, Banshee. Go to the
What?
other cam,
Why?
because I said so. Is it too early yet for Snowman?
Why do you think I'm wearing this big red floppy hat?
It's a snowing out here.
It's not really a beret. I think it's actually one of your old hats. It's got a little toss hill at the top, and it's a bit oversized, about right for a pumpkin-sized
Looks like
hat.
a carpet.
Well, it was
you know what?
yours, so...
Actually, it looks like my the inside of my coat. It's kind of cool, Mr. O.
Was it meant to go with your
turn,
coat?
turn. Except for that little cat fuzz stuff there.
Uh-huh. Well,
There you go.
what cat would that be?
It looked like sassy fur.
I am sassy today, that's for sure. A
Yeah,
little bit.
It is snowing here, but not sticking as of yet. I wouldn't be surprised if a little does end up on the grass at the rate it's coming down. I would have opened the shades to look, but, I think it's more impressive when there's already snow on the ground and the snow is falling. So we'll hold off on that.
My mom's on the other side of the state, more close to Lake Michigan, which is large, and more north, and she says snow is sticking on the ground. I talked to her this morning.
Yeah, our ground is still just a little bit too warm, I think, for, a snowfall like this to affect it. But the day is coming. Okay, Mr. O.
Yes.
So, we got a short list here. Holy cow.
All right.
What the heck? Did you get the link out?
I did.
Okay, well, maybe it is what it is today.
So, who are they in order? I guess I could see it actually here.
I think it's Gina and Lena right now.
Excuse me.
But more will probably show. Here comes Libra. Hi, Libra.
Hi, Libra.
It might be a slow day today. For once in a while, it's been pretty busy on Sundays.
Excuse me.
Yes, Gina and Lena. It's funny, Gina. I always end up with you right next to somebody whose name rhymes with yours. So it's kind of fun. So what else did I have? Nothing exciting. Boy, I nearly crashed out here a little while ago. I was tired. I think it's the weather is my guess. My best educated guess. So I thought, oh, am I going to make it to showtime? I don't know. So I made myself some green tea.
Hi, JH.
With a little hint of lemongrass in it.
Okay, what happened?
What happened indeed? Are we on?
We're on. It's nothing to do with you.
You're worrying me, Mr. O. Mr. O's been playing with gadgets and stuff, or just different messages he can put out there. And I think,
truth to be told, you would invent something to worry about.
well, something he discovered, which might be really nice, is that we can randomly pick a winner on our chat when we want to do a contest just exclusively for our YouTube audience. So this is good. A good development. So we might end up doing something like that fairly soon. What? Oh, look. He's got the list out there on a Nightbot.
Okay, I don't have the latest edition.
Who's the latest?
JH.
Oh, JH, yep. See, and I do. The pen is mightier than the computer. Ha! Of course, the brain may not be mightier than the computer brain, but,
It is what it is.
It is what it is, Mr. O says. Well, it'd be nice if you can just get 3 names out there at least, because it'll take away some of the, confusion of if I'm next, etc. So, it's kind of a nice development. We'll see how it goes. All right, so now I've got Gina, Lena, Libra, and JH. And, while we're still getting people, I think it's a good time for me to stop babbling and do my collective reading.
Yes.
Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. Getting a little dusty, but I still use it a bit. It's from 2009. And Mr. O, when you picked this, I think these are read upright or reversed.
Ow!
Goodness.
I hit my elbow.
You did.
I was asking for their sympathy. I know I don't get any from you.
It's been 40 years of giving you sympathy, Mr. O. 45.
And Laura has joined us. Hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura. Woohoo. Uh-oh, and so has Sonny. He must have heard me thinking in my head, where's Sonny? Maybe he's not coming today. And there he is by my side. I didn't even say a word, but I think we got this link. Your sad light. You know, I just saw an article about the best sad lights out there. I have a light, but it really, to me, even though I think it's pretty good, it doesn't really emulate the sunlight, I think, the way some of these do. So, I don't know. I like it. I'm going to try to bring that one out again. It's a good idea. Hey. Where are you going? Come back here. Come back. Sorry, Sonny. And please don't moon the audience. All right, Mr. O, let me cut. And then I'll have you draw one. And remember, I said they could be read either way. Just randomly pick those.
He's hopping over there, eh?
Yes, he is. And
He got really used to sitting with me yesterday.
I know. There's too much stuff, Sonny. You gotta stay here. Come on. Oh, my goodness. And you picked it
said it was
upside
upright?
down. No, I did not.
So how do you know you were spying on me?
All I know is he's sitting on my book right now, and I can't tell anybody anything. Oh, there it is. Oh, my gosh. Thank goodness
We're in rare form.
What is that? The Cosmos reversed.
Upside
What?
down. This is for all of us, right?
Yes, it is.
It reminds me of that song from that 70s parody about being a fluke of the universe.
Okay.
Do you want me to sing it so I can remind you?
Well, when it's upright, it's an ally. Guess
Gina
what?
will look it up.
Guess what? The Cosmos is not read reversed. It's only read upright. Such a good card. It's always our ally. It does make sense. The Cosmos appears always as an ally and never as a challenger. Creativity in all forms is represented by the Cosmos. This is a sign to pay attention to creative projects. They will be successful. Remember that all of life is creative and you're always co-creating with the divine. The cosmos also represents the principle of infinity and the vastness of the energetic exchange of consciousness influencing all living things. This teaches us that every intention we set is in fact contagious, with the power to influence others. We're entangled at our deepest energetic place, so we can't help but have an effect on others, from an individual level to a global one. This is a sign to remind you to open up to the well of creativity deep within you and be mindful of your thoughts and actions. Both are influencing your outer world. Most important, keep taking action towards your goals, as the cosmos responds perfectly to manifest your highest destiny. Expect to be inspired and to meaningfully touch others with all that you create.
Sounds wonderful.
It does. It's a pretty good card. Hey, it's always good to have an ally in the vastness of the cosmos. Absolutely.
Are you going to tell them that story about yesterday?
Oh, which about Sunny?
No. Well, maybe it was from the day before. Your ally from the cosmos.
Oh, my ally, my family? Well,
Yeah.
most of them know that are on Twitter what happened to me, so Well, I had that brownout, and I'm sure it was my mom visiting. But
You had a brownie and your mom visited?
that could happen. But the thing is that I always felt that when she passed away, and we went to the funeral home, and that happened to be the only block in the city when she died that lost power, that was her. She was fighting death to the end, and she'd be darned if we were going to pick out a coffin for her, you know. So I always felt my mom was just that kind of strong individual right up to the end, even though Alzheimer's disease took much of her, her persona away. That instinct still remained. And the funny thing about it was, so when the power went out yesterday on the anniversary of her death, I thought it's got to be my mom and aunt who died on the same day. So I did a card reading about it. I did a quick yes/no reading to find out, was it really them? And I got most likely yes. I had 2 aces, and I had the 8 of Swords reversed. And the 8 of Swords reversed is what? Freedom, liberation. And I think it was my mom telling me she realizes now that, that her death set her free from a body and mind that was really betraying her. So in a way, it was just kind of her telling me that. And also maybe the 8 of Swords was reversed was indicating that she was just out and about with my aunt and they were saying hi. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Hi, Angel.
Hey, Angel Rivera. Good to see you here.
All right, then. So I have brought for today's readings the Karma Tarot.
Okay.
We don't want Strength reversed, though. We want Strength upright. It's Karma Music Tarot. My hard to shuffle deck. And then I have from the Tarot of the Ages, the 10 of Cups, and then Tarot of the Ancestral Path, the 2 of Cups. What do you got?
What do I got? Well, I got pretty much the same deck as before. I'm going to be using the Jack-o'-lantern for another week, maybe. There's the Temperance card in that deck. And then I have the Disney Villains deck for one more run since it's a new deck. I'm trying to get a card. Trying to get a card. There we go. Oh, that is the 2 of coins in that deck. Then we'll be using this till the Christmas season, the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. And that's the Ace of Presents. We all like presents. At least I do. And finally, we have Cyril Marchetti's again. And this is the beautiful Judgment card in that deck. The Tarot Decoratif, one of his latest decks. And that be it. And of course, we have our Lenormand tiles by Jamie Sawyer. All right. Let's get the show on the road. And maybe more people will pop in as we go. Okay. Do you want to keep that up there? Is that okay? Is that too bright?
So far, it's okay.
All right.
I don't remember that I grabbed the other thing. So
well, we could always stand it up against the thing, maybe.
True, that's true.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay, so we are on, Gina, you are numero uno. An oracle message for the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. Please, thank you. Glad to know the cosmos is with me this week. Oh gosh, the dental surgery week. That is no fun, Gina. Well, I was going to look for another oracle, but you know what? Let's just use the wisdom one. This is a very good one. Let's hope you have an ally working for you in the tooth department here. The tooth surgery department. I don't think they have a tooth fairy in this deck, however. Yes, full moon in Taurus and a lunar eclipse to boot. Okay, Sonny, are you just going to do that to me again?
He seems to be demanding some attention.
He is. Oh my goodness, lately, I don't know what it is, but he is like my shadow. And I don't mean Shadow the cat. He is following me everywhere. I mean, I go in the kitchen to get some water, he's right there. I go upstairs, he's right there.
Well, if you look at him right now, he's looking directly at me.
At you, I know.
Yeah.
What
Hello
does
there.
it mean, Mr. O? I'm going to let you shuffle too.
I think he's trying to hypnotize
And you
me.
can cut the cards.
He's saying, I thought you guys were going to have hot cocoa.
Wednesday, ooh, be thinking of you. It's no fun, but you'll be glad you did it, I think. Are you even dropping my small oracle deck?
Yes, do you have a large one I can drop too? I feel like I'm missing out.
See, that's why I say I pull a Mr. O when I drop cards, because really, did you cut them like I asked, Mr. O?
Oh,
Not
look.
that I'm picking on you. Mr. Maurice has arrived. Hey, Mr. Maurice.
Look at your screen.
Oh, it's the cat, Mr. Maurice. Thank you so much. Oh, the happy cat is out. That's
Thank
cool.
you. Thank you very much.
I'm glad it's working. Seems sporadic sometimes. I can't figure it out. Well, Gina, what's this? What is this indeed? And you know what? Maybe it is about help. It's the Horse King. And the Horse King was upright, and it's about assistance and control. Assistance, like a dental assistance or assistance with a tooth problem. We'll see. What number is that darn thing? 42. Which is a 6. As an ally, the Horse King always comes to lend you the power to go the distance, forging ahead whatever the weather. Speaking of weather and snow, you will most certainly reach your perfect destination with this noble ally. He lets you know that some person or circumstance brought through synchronicity will certainly appear to help you with your endeavors. You aren't meant to go this part of the journey alone. This is also an important time to delegate authority to others so that they may help you. Currently, you're magnetic to powerful people who are in a position to help make your dreams come true. The Horse King asks that you remain open to those who are sent to aid you. You can be assured that you will be lifted up and you will ride high to victory. Is that not a sure sign that things will go well with this procedure, Gina? That's pretty awesome. And yes, I know you like horses. So on the bottom, though, I just had to do it for whatever bad reasons. I looked at the bottom card, and it is not the ally, it's the challenger. And the challenger is the Queen of the Light. Uh-oh. So let's see what the challenge here is. 15.
Do you want me to take that one?
Yeah. Well, you could leave it. It's okay.
Okay. Here, I'll show that
Because
one.
they may fit together here. So as a challenger, the Queen of the Light says, she challenges you to shine your light and not give in to fear. Dental phobia is a thing. Are you hiding yourself for fear of rejection? Are you afraid of success as you are of failure? The light of the divine shining within you is the power that expresses through you. This is not your ego. It is the authentic place of self-expression. The Queen of Light also challenges you to look at how you're affected by glitter, glamour, and the superficial dreams of society. Are you mesmerized by false power? Don't think that's you somehow. The material world is fleeting. Nothing lasts forever. Make sure your intentions come from deep within you and don't base them on just money or power or what you think love will do for you. Ask instead what you can offer, what you can give. True wealth resides within peace, harmony, and a sense of purpose. Remember that light isn't garish and cold, nor is it manufactured. It's warm and brilliant and natural. Give up the attachment to the outer goal, and if it's meant to be yours, it will surely come. Well, this aside, I think this might be talking about something else here, maybe related to full moon energy, Gina. I really feel the procedure's a piece of cake for you. I really do. So this sounds awesome. What do you have to say,
And
Mr. O?
I see Sile and
Yep.
Benita have joined us, so thank you.
I knew people would be coming.
Yeah, I think you got this, Gina. There should be no problems here. I don't feel anything out of the ordinary.
And as far as the new moon energy goes, it's interesting that we did get this, what is it, Keeper of the Light, Queen of the Light. It's just about illumination, and of course we're having the lunar eclipse. And it's interesting too that it's the shadow aspect, and it's a lunar eclipse, isn't it? So you may have to work with some shadow energies, during the eclipse, Gina. I think it stands kind of to reason here. Awesome reading, really. All right, let's move it on. Okay, we got Lena, Libra Cusp. Lena wanted love and money. Libra Cusp, JH, Laura, Angel Rivera, Miss Maurice, Celia, and Benita. And you know what, Gina? Just forgot. Got to toss those Lenormand for you. Do that quick. Here, Mr. O. Grab a Lenormand.
That's right. Hold for this. The garden and the lily.
Well, that's an interesting combination. I'm not sure what I want to say. I wonder if it's about the procedure, though, and the fact that, out there in all these networks of dentists and stuff, I think you've picked somebody who really has the talent and the maturity to, do this right, do this well, make this as pain-free as possible. And the garden in this also may mean this. You might be taking another level in your, working with others out there, whether it's in social media or it's in, your career, what you're doing. I feel that, you're taking it up a notch in some way.
I was going to say it differently a little bit, like
Okay.
maybe it was just really somehow having access to more resources that you would like for healing or other modalities, a maturation process, and you're getting that by engaging more with the social sphere. And I think that's a result of maybe, how you feel as you get through the surgery and your recovery period.
And that's what we have for you, Gina. I'm glad you liked that. I thought it was really interesting. Cool. Good reading. All right, now we'll move on to Lena, who wanted love and money. And Mr. O, I will let you use a deck.
Alrighty, Lena, love and money. Okay, so I'm going to use the Tarot of the Ancestral Path for that. I hope you're feeling better with your cold too, Libra. I know you mentioned it recently too. Colds are no fun, especially when it's cold.
Well, that must have been difficult to see, Benita. Jeez.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's horrible. I'm sorry about that.
fun.
I'm sorry about that. Okay, Lena's reading.
All right, I'll go through. I know he's posted the list. I'll go through it. It's Lena, Libra, Cusp, JH, Laura, Angel Rivera, Mr. Maurice, Sile, and Benita. You got this, Mr. O. Sonny gave you just enough space. I'm just trying not to get his whiskers in the cards. All right, let's see what we have here. We have the Princess of Cups upright, and I guess that's the page, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We have the Seven of Cups reversed. That's a good thing. They're both good, really. And we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is reversed. Well, that's an interesting combo. Okay. Love and money. Well, it's leaning towards love, but I can see this on both.
There's a little bit of each.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of each here. I think that this is a time to choose wisely what it is you want in both of these areas, Lena. The Seven of Cups reversed indicates this is a time for really now making some firm decisions about that, and not being at the whims of fate, but being the decision maker here. However, the Queen of Swords says here, make sure you are making wise choices and follow your heart, follow your intuition. The Page of Cups is all about your gut and your intuition. Let that guide you in the decisions you have to make.
Right. It feels that somehow, either in dreams or in your thoughts, you're finding your way towards some sort of action or movement that's mostly moving you towards, your accessibility to love or romance, possible meetings with people. It seems to me that career-wise, there may be an ally, but somebody who doesn't appear exactly as an ally, because they're sort of impartial and they're sort of harsh, but they may be able to affect, structure for you, or to help decide things more in your favor. And I'm thinking this one applies more to career, so it may be somebody you know who you're interviewing with for their company, or that they're trying to help you find work. They just may say some things really that are honest, but maybe a little harsh for you, to give you advice.
Oh, I just wanted to touch on Benita's statement there. I'll say, Benita, sometimes, it looks like people don't get what they deserve, but, time is a tricky master, and in time, karma catches up with people if they're really, I really believe that. I've seen it happen too many times not to. So I just say, don't worry about what you're seeing now, That's just a snapshot in time. I wanted to also add, Lena, some things that I am seeing here. Also, as far as career goes, there may be some opportunity coming. Sometimes pages herald that. Something that could bring you some joy. Maybe it could be the possibility of working for a company that's just starting up, or some situation that's kind of fresh and new. And maybe it has some kind of, I don't know what I want to say, maybe creative bent behind it in some way. And in love, this could also indicate that maybe an invitation is in the offing, And just make sure, because of some of these cards here, especially this one, make sure you're not just too anxious. Check this person and this invitation out, because make sure, even meeting and sitting with this person is the right thing to do. That's all. Be discerning is what the Seven of Cups is trying to say, and make sure it's in your best interest. All right. So let's go on here with the Lenormand. Mr. O, you picked first.
Right. Whoops, wrong screen. And I have pulled the Child. And you have the Gentleman.
Well, Benita, I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said, somebody might be taking a first step into initiating a contact or a date with you, or wanting to get together with you. Or some man could present an opportunity. Maybe it's about the job. There is definitely somebody coming into your sphere, if you do not know who this could be already, that plays a role here.
Well, I only get the feeling, too, that maybe it's just not going to happen incredibly quickly, that there's somehow the sense of, the baby steps, the child steps. So, but I feel like there is some movement in either of those directions, or possibly both.
Yeah, it seems really small, though. So that's why I wonder, does this mean, if it's a relationship, it's going to be short term? Or does this mean that, this is going to just be, a little get, like maybe for coffee or conversation, maybe some kind of conversation or dialogue will develop. Will it go much further? I'm honestly not sure from the cards we see here. So just be aware, though. Hey, Are you messing with my tablet? He's tapping on my tablet and making things happen. Not
Great.
good. Not good. You know, if you hit the like button, though, Sonny, that would be okay. Anyway, and that's a reminder to everybody else to hit the like button. So, you know, it's kind of vague, but it looks like there may be movement in one or both of these areas for you. To me, it looks possibly more emotional right now, but it's hard to say. All right, that's what we have for you. Libra's got what's coming towards her. Here's your cards, Mr. O.
All right.
Oops, I dropped a couple here.
Thank you.
Let me grab a deck. Oh, for crying out loud, Sonny. Here, you can sit by the pouch then.
Oh, I thought I adjusted that. You're welcome, Lena. Let's try it again.
Somebody else pop in?
No, I'm trying to
Okay.
update the list.
Okay. All right. Shuffle. It's a lot of work, Mr. O.
Yeah, it keeps saying Gina and Lena were on Libra. I don't know why it's doing that. It won't accept the new edition. So, oh well, it was a nice idea while it lasted.
Obviously, keeping the list this way is a work in progress.
Well, I tend to put too much focus there when I need it for a reading too, so it's just not a good thing.
No, and I can
But I
see
understand
that.
people want, to know where they're at in the queue and stuff like that.
Oh,
so.
which is why I tell them between every reading.
Actually, I'm the one that programmed Nightbot to say that.
Okay, Mr. O. Okay.
So we'll just let that one go off.
All right. I'm so silly. Hey, we're starting off with the strength card here. Did you leave your cards up there?
Oh, looks like it did. I thought you handed them to me a moment ago.
I ended the deck I had. So there's the strength card for you, Libra. Looks like a good start indeed. I don't know if I can reach. I'll try. The next one is, wowie, the King of Cups. That's pretty darn good too. Upright. And we got to have something rain on our parade a little bit, right? But not really. It's the Seven of Coins reversed. Actually, I think that's pretty darn good, really. It looks as though something may be happening. Boy, it's hard for me to tell, too, in what area of your life this is happening. There is just this sense of moving things forward, and not really having to put a lot of effort out there. But the Seven of Coins does indicate you need to do a little bit of work on, and it looks to me like it might be in the emotional side of life. I don't know, but it's positive. It's positive. I don't know, Mr. O. I have to think about this one a little bit.
Laura, you are on the list. I'm having problems with my online version of it, right? Laura's on the list?
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Here's what I think. I think that maybe... I had this a moment ago. Hold on. I get the feeling like there's something that sort of is pushing you towards initiating something romantically or a relationship that could go there, just being friendly or, not necessarily flirtatiousness, but it could include that. So some of that is a question about you feeling how much you might want to put into that. It's also possible, too, that this is just more on the friendly level because this maybe is a person who would be a really valuable friend to you, the person that adds strength. But I sort of feel that the strength is really coming from you finding, a sense of moving forward, your own initiative in a way. And I don't know that you're a shy person necessarily, but maybe this is just really, increasing your frequency, your amplitude.
I think so. As I've looked at these cards here, I'm thinking there is strength right now in being compassionate, showing your sensitive side, and all, but to this point, not to the point of being taken advantage of, know when enough effort is enough. In whatever situation this is, whether this is calling on you to be more demonstrative in trying to get a relationship off the ground, or what this has to do with family or career, there's a way to, you need to show a more sensitive and emotional side of yourself, a giving side of yourself. The King of Cups is very, very, he's not benevolent in the same way as the King of Pentacles, but he is giving of his time to listen to people, to be there for people, to be kind of their emotional support. But do not be taken advantage of. The Seven of Coins here indicates, yes, it's reversed. There is work that you can do to help people, but don't let them, in other words, don't become an enabler for them. Be the person who applies the right amount of, yes, pats on the back, but also motivation to get them doing what they need to do. You just may be called upon to be a shoulder to cry on right now.
I sort of think it's more about being venturesome, being strong to pursue some things that are either friendly or romantic.
Well, I think you're very much in control. Seeing the King upright and strength upright here indicates to me that you're in a good position to do this, to be that kind of rock of Gibraltar for somebody right now who just needs to blow off a little steam maybe, And you will know that it's time more to be softer. That's the Strength card, and listen a little bit as opposed to putting on too much, get over it kind of attitude. Oh, look at that.
Uh-oh. Oh, my goodness.
This may, I would say if you were working right now, it may involve somebody you work with. But I wonder if this has to do with a female friend or relative. This looks like there's a feminine energy with the fox. And the dog is here, which means it's somebody close to you. I just feel like this whole situation's involving somebody you know. And if you are working, it could be, because the fox also has that element of being, a fellow co-worker or employee. But it's there with the dog, which means this could be a female also, somebody close to you.
Well, remember what I said? I said it sort of felt like maybe you just felt a little bit more assertive, or like you felt more like you could be a little more forward, either with a friendship or a possible romance. And then you felt like the time is now I may not have epitomized that so much with that one. So I sort of feel this sort of, goes in that direction too, because of the Fox card and or the friend card. So they both kind of showed up. So I'm wondering too if it's just about moving into a period of more social stuff, and maybe you're more taking a lead here. I just sort of feel this is something more assertive on your part, like you just want to have the best party this holiday season, or something like that. You just want to make a real impression somewhere.
Definitely sounds more social to me. Whatever, whichever one of us have hit on something with that King of Cups there.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what we have for you, Libra. I hope that helps. Kate.
Hi, Shruti.
Hey. Kate loves your beret.
It's not really a beret, but it sort of fits on my head like a beret. But thank you. Maybe it's a beret. I don't know. It's just sort of different.
It's just a poofy beret.
It's a poofy one. Because I am poofy today.
Oh, Oh my goodness, Poofy. Hopefully not in a bloated way.
Well, no, I'm actually just feeling just a mild bit of
JH is on the list.
hunger.
Yes, JH, you are up. And then after JH, Laura, you will be up. And then Angel Rivera, Mr. Maurice, Sile, Benita, and Kate, if you'd like a reading, you are on the list.
I'm bloated in my ego, I think.
That's no
for
comment
sure.
from the wifey.
Really? Well, you know, I'm that kind of person that projects things outward.
And you can see Sonny's ears barely in camera. He's laying here now.
Oh, I don't even have something to drink.
I have two things. I thought you were making tea with the water that was warm.
It didn't happen.
I'm sorry. Do you need to get up and get something?
No, I'm good. So it's your deck, right?
Okay,
for
Kate.
JH?
That's fine. Thanks for stopping in and joining us today. Feel free to stay. So, JH, didn't I use my villains deck? I sure did.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. It is my deck. Okay. Sorry about that. I kept thinking it was her turn to grab a deck. So I'm going to grab the Tarot of the Ages.
Okay. Well, we'll see what comes up with that, JH.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some people in here for stuff. We may need to even have our service provider for the internet in here. And by the way, should we go down, because we've been having some internet disruptions, we will bring the live stream back up, so please come back and check, because we may have to restart streaming. Hopefully this problem will be resolved in the very near future. I'm going to have a call next week, but yeah. And so, but with COVID numbers going up here in the state, I've been very hesitant to have people come in the house. I just have, but we may have to do something.
Hi, Shruti.
Oh,
We know you're
Shruti.
here. Shruti came just before Kate.
Oh, okay, well, Kate
saw
isn't
that,
having
right?
a reading.
Right.
No, I did not, and
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't hear you say anything. So
I did. I said hi when they did.
I missed it. We've got you on the list, Shruti.
Okay, so there's the Hermit. That's your first card.
Wow. It's interesting.
And then you have the Queen of Wands or Batons, and that's upright just like the Hermit is. And then the Universe,
Holy
which is
moly.
upright. So they're great because they're all upright. This does seem to be a time of inner introspection or being maybe a little
hermit.
bit a hermit. It may be, though, because you really have, some big things to think about, to ponder. And maybe you're used to others needing you for that wisdom quotient. So that's the role you serve, maybe, is, you're there. There's this idea, though, I guess, that there should be some projection outwards. The Queen of Wands, in a different way, is very much a card of projection outwards, maybe more of charm, but also to some degree of harnessing energies and networking and pulling things together. And the Universe just sounds really wonderful. I'm not sure how I'm applying them to your question, though. I know that's why you're laughing, right?
I'm not laughing. I'm laughing with you, Mr. O. You know what, JH? You got this. I mean, let's just face it. You've got this. First off, the Hermit, we could look at him as this it was a smart move, I think, for you to take this on at this time. It might be saying there's some wisdom in doing this now. The Queen of Wands just says, yes, you are moving forward. You are directing this activity. This is going to go very, very well because you are in control. And the Universe is indicating job done and well. So I feel like I'm looking at all three of these cards and I'm thinking, yeah, there is no problem here at all.
This is a real sense of completion and feeling like you got exactly what you wanted
Right.
out of it. Maybe you don't feel that way now, but I think this is moving towards that future outcome there. And the Queen of Wands, if I didn't say, this is really very management.
Okay. Well,
There's disruption.
it might be a good decision that they did this right now. That Hermit might just be talking about that. Because sometimes the Hermit could be you, or the Hermit could be somebody you're getting wisdom from, or you're getting something from.
Well, and it could be
right?
literal too, that maybe the renovations sort of take you a little bit out of your normal routine. So if there was more things going on in a social way, you don't have that exactly now. I'm not sure how to apply that, but
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I just think that it could very well be that this is just a good time to get it done because you are in a good place right now. I think you'll be able to manage this. You said your health is a problem. I'm not seeing that show up here. Maybe
No.
we should look at the Lenormand though and see if anything, is a red flag.
right, nothing here really says health at all, so it doesn't mean that there is or isn't. Really.
It looks like it's a strong position and that things
Yeah.
will be satisfactory. Maybe. I'm not
The
gonna
Oberon
look at you.
Nificant poker face.
I'm not going to look at you, Mr. O.
Good.
I can't get... Oh! What do you have? You pulled first.
The whip.
So the whip was first and then the bouquet. Huh. Sheesh. I feel like this is a little bit disruptive for you. That, getting these two together, the whip can be like a sudden, the sudden crack of the whip. Did this come up all of a sudden? This was just thrown at you maybe and you feel that way? But ultimately, I do feel that this is a gift for you, but that it just seems like it was too sudden.
Right, so it caused a little bit of, hurry up kind of stuff. Hurry up and wait, as they say, or whatever. But it was something that just sort of came as a gift or out of the blue or not exactly expected.
Yeah, I see that here. And when I see it with the combination. But the bouquet is really a positive card. It's about a gift. It's about joy. It's about happiness.
It's the whip that makes that out of the blue.
The only negative, because sometimes this can be disruptive, disruptive to your routine and your joy. So maybe you're finding that a little bit like, why do I have to deal with this right now? But ultimately, I do feel, looking at the strength of the other cards too, that you'll see this as the gift that it is in the end.
Right, the other three cards are very strong archetype cards that mostly show foundation and control and end game success. So whether you realize it right now, ultimately this is moving towards establishing, a better situation for you. And like we said before, we didn't really see anything that pointed towards negative health.
Full steam ahead, JH. Full steam ahead.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. And I'm going to go over the list, but now that we got more
Hi, Divine.
people here, I just want to remind everybody again that we've been having some internet problems. So should we go down, we will restart the stream or start a new stream. So pay attention for that if we lose our internet connection. Just been having problems lately. Okay, Laura, you are up. And then Angel Rivera, Mr. Maurice, Sile, Benita, Shruti, Acel, and Divine You. You're welcome, JH. We always like to give wonderful readings, a great message, but, well, sometimes the cards fall the way the cards fall. And they usually fall the way they are meant to fall. General reading for Laura. Absolutely, Laura. All right. Good to see you, Divine You.
Yes, hi there.
Mr. O. Mama T. It's all right, Mama T. I think we'll be able to get everybody in. But you're getting close to probably the last reading. We'll see how it goes. Mr. O shuffling slowly. Kate's not wanting a reading, by the way.
That's why it says no after the...
Oh, no. Okay. Thank you.
It still didn't format correctly for me, but at least the
Well,
list
keep working
updated.
at it, but yeah.
General for Laura.
Yep. Oh gosh, interesting cards for Laura. Let's see, we have the Fool reversed.
Fool is reversed.
And we have the Six of Pentacles upright. And we have the Two of Cups upright. Wow, it's a really interesting card for cards for a general reading. I don't know if they're pointing more to romance or love or business. I could see both here. I do think this isn't a time to take risks, really, or to be careful about that. It's more a status quo time. Although it looks to me like there's something happening here, either with work or relationships. Maybe this is a time to examine, are you really doing something that, fulfills you, in the sense that, is it, and this is maybe even with relationships or love. Are you really involved in something that fulfills you, that feels as though it's an even exchange of energy or love or money? Are you getting paid what you're worth? Are you being treated fairly at work for the things that you do? Is your relationship with others on an even keel?
So yes, that full reverse sort of is like a squishy feeling to me. Like it's sort of saying, excuse me,
It's okay.
that you sort of feel some doubts about certain things, or that certain things might be risky. What are those? Well, I think like Banshee said here, and I remember a little while back you were talking about the possibility of maybe striking up a conversation with somebody and going on dates. So I don't know if that ever happened or not. But if it did, maybe it's saying now you're moving to a point where maybe it's getting a little more serious, or this is indicating that maybe something is coming up that might be a little more serious. And so you're sort of thinking, well, am I going there? Am I putting my energy there or not? Now, this could be about the same thing, but it could also be about where you're at financially, or, in respect to your job or situation. And maybe saying that you are finding, you're able to feel a little more generous lately. But I'm thinking this isn't really so much about career or job stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
go
could
ahead.
be. It could be. But
yeah.
I'm wondering if it's just because of the way you might have been seeing a relationship or friendships going, that you sort of feel that emotional feeling is what you're more generous about.
Hey,
But either way, there may be some sense of doubt or risk involved in going forward with some friendship or something.
Hey, Mr. Maurice, TFT tarotfortoday.com. We have a lot of readings listed there. It gets confusing. In about less than a week, I should be posting some of the featuring some of the yearly readings we're going to do. But if you don't see something there you like, we can always custom readings for you at no cost. And to answer your question, we read as a team. And the prices are...
Pretty affordable.
How should I say this? obscenely cheap.
We're told that we're undercutting ourselves, but
We
we
are.
sort of feel like we like doing this. So
So, and we will provide a number of ways, but of course, if you want like a Zoom meeting where we're talking one-on-one live with you, that will cost a little bit more than getting a video reading from us or an email reading from us. So, and if you're confused, you can always write to us at TFT Tarot for Today at gmail.com, and we can work things out.
well, I just posted the website for business there, but I wanted to get back to Laura because Laura said that it was interesting. I hope that meant that resonated towards you or not. So I don't know if you want to give us a little clue there or not. If we're going to follow up with the Lenormand, of course.
I want to elaborate a little more on Laura's because I feel that the Fool is just saying right now, this is more a time of like not taking any unnecessary risks, either letting things be as they are. Now I'm going, of course, on a different tack than him a little bit, but I feel like this is a time to really evaluate your next moves and, to make sure that you are being treated fairly. What strikes me is the duality here, with the two and the equal balance that we see here. They are in perfect harmony. And if you look at the six, the man is holding the scale. He's trying to be fair and just in how he deals with, he's wealthy and he realizes that others may need a helping hand.
Hands reaching for each other too, though,
Right,
in a way.
and also hands putting in or taking. And I feel that there's this idea of give and take here very strongly.
Yeah, you said that before, and I think that's interesting. I don't always look at it that way. I sort of look at it as one person being more generous towards another who may need that, or
it does have that.
The opposite. Were you going to say anything more about the Fool?
Cards in the reading, yeah.
Were you going to say anything more about the Fool?
I said that this don't kind of let things lie for now, but this is a time for evaluating all of this. Because the Fool is about not taking a risk at this time. And, some of the moves could be, if you want to move something along, for example, it may not be the right time. Oh boy.
Wow. The Coffin and the Sixth.
And the Sixth is pointing at the Coffin.
Well, the Coffin talks about sorrows?
No.
Grief?
No. That's the Cross. The Coffin talks about death. The Coffin talks about endings. And so I feel here, with the Sixth being a cutting motion, there could be something that comes to a sudden conclusion or ending. The other thing that this might be saying to me kind of strongly, Laura, is it's time to cut the dead out of your life. The things that may not be working to your benefit, the things that might be, just stagnating. It's time to let them go. It's time to cut away from that to make room for, new things.
Wow. I'm not as well versed in the Lenormand, so this is actually throwing me off.
I know. It's a toughie.
Can we go through it again slower?
Okay. As I've said, the Coffin is about death and decay and dying. Or endings. The Scythe is about, it could be about sudden moves. It could be about cutting away at things, So there's a cutting away at something. Cutting away at what? Cutting away at things that no longer serve you, things that are dead, in your life, things that are not serving you anymore, things you need to let go of.
If I try to align them with the tarot cards, I'm wondering if it means really that these aren't talking about the specifics necessarily of a relationship, a friendship, a work situation. It may be talking more about how you view them philosophically, introspectively, as you're talking about too. It may be saying that how you feel about the nature of relationships or how you operate in relationships needs to change, or that you feel that it hasn't always served you well. Or likewise, how you are generous either with your time, your money, or your emotional friendliness you might feel less rewarded, might feel like some of that needs to change as well.
Well, I'm concerned that they may be talking about two different things here, and my reasoning for that is, number one, the Fool says don't take any risks at this time. Maybe it's not a good time to make these moves. Yet this is saying something needs to be moved. And so I feel like they're in conflict. So this may be, in fact, talking about another area of your life, but also it just might be saying that this is what you need to think about. Is it time to let go of things and situations in your life that are not serving you well?
This could be your relationship with work, that you sort of feel loyal, you sort of feel you're bonded there. Maybe that's not loyalty per se, but you sort of feel there's a connection there that keeps you there. But as you said, you're questioning that. And maybe, like we're showing with the Lenormand, although it is a time for watching your risks, it is a time maybe to make change. And I would just like to get on my little soapbox for a minute and realize that
not a soapbox.
That a lot of people, from what we understand with the job reports and all that statistical stuff, are feeling empowered enough or secure enough in changing their jobs, quitting their jobs,
Mr. O.
even when they don't necessarily know for sure where they're going. And I'm just going to mention that literally 35 years ago, this little lady let me do that too during the Republican GOP Reagan era of what was going on economically. Austerity, and I knew I was getting nowhere where I was, and I knew I needed more time to really work out those strategies. You know, in 5 years' time, I had put out over 70. Yes, I am. Over 70 some resumes, and got 1 or 2 interviews at the end of that time. So sometimes you do have to take a risk, but be careful. It's just maybe a better time for that in a way. Maybe.
That's what we have for you, Laura. Sorry, I'm trying to move Mr. O along. He can get... But so can I.
Melancholy.
Well, he can wax philosophic.
Oh, okay, Shruti. You know, we were seeing them, and we did acknowledge you. I acknowledged
Shruti,
you.
I've mentioned the list several times. Look, we're not going to go through the list during readings a lot, but after every reading, I read the names on the list, and so you'll be able to see where you are on the list, and you are on the list, Shruti. So, Angel Rivera, you are up, and then Mr. Maurice, Sile, Benita, Shruti, Asel, Divine You, and Mama T.
All right, that's not so bad.
No.
Even for long-winded me.
So, yeah.
And just to remind everybody, we are on later in the week, and you are very welcome, Laura. Thank you so much. We are on later in the week, Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. What?
It's our anniversary next Thursday.
Oh, my God.
Our 40th anniversary and Mr. O's birthday.
Come and watch Total Silliness.
Be sure to be here. It's going to be fun.
Is she going to surprise me?
Probably
Am I going to surprise
not.
her?
Probably. Yeah, uh-oh. Doggone it, Mr. O.
Probably.
We better hash this out. Oh, okay, Angel. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. If you're around at the end and we have an opening, we'll ask again.
Mr. Maurice, you are up, and then Sile, Benita,
Thank you,
Shruti, Asel, Divine You, and Mama T.
Mr. Maurice might have posted a question earlier, the actual question. Let's see if I can find that.
Yes, our 40th wedding anniversary show. So exciting. And, of course, that added benefit of Mr. O's birthday.
I will be 66.
Wow.
I know. Who knew that got that old? I don't see your question from earlier other than the one about our biz, Mr. Maurice. So if you don't mind posting your question, that would probably be good.
He asked about private readings earlier.
Yeah, not that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to move to the Karma Tarot.
We'll give Mr.
48,
Maurice a
eh?
minute or two. And just say we do have some things planned. Do you think you could get that contest thing working by the 18th or no?
The contest thing is the way of picking a random...
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure I could.
Okay, so we might have a contest on
Thank you for the happy
Thursday
birthday.
show.
Yeah, we might have a contest on Thursday's show to give away a book on magical crocheting. It's a beautiful book. Oh, wait, it's something else. Sorry, that's later. Whoops.
That's one of the possibilities. The other possibility is a deck. The other possibilities are free readings. So we're not sure yet. We haven't quite worked that out.
Right, because at this time we are unable to send physical objects overseas in the mail or delivery service. We can't do that.
So
but we can offer readings.
Right. And, we may just offer readings too in person. We really want to get familiar with our Zoom, readings, which we haven't done any yet. And so we might offer it as a freebie. We did give one away at a contest, but that person never got back to us. So we still want to test out how we'll do on Zoom. And we thought, let's give away a reading.
Oh, we have wonderful ideas once we get really comfortable with Zoom, what we can do. Some things will be on a pay-for platform, and some things will be fun things we can offer for free as just little fun things that will be very building for our community here and in general. Basically, we think we can do some more interactive things with Tarot and Divination.
Well, it certainly would be nice to be more interactive with, with our audience.
Absolutely.
All right.
Because we're a hoot, and you know it.
Well, hooty hoot, Mr. O.
Hooty hoot. All right, so this is not Angel, this is Mr. Maurice, general reading. And we have the Knight of Cups reversed.
The card of our day today on Facebook and Twitter, but reversed. Okay.
And then we have the Wise Woman reversed. That's the High Priestess. And she's reversed too. But we do have the Ace of Cups upright.
It is such a interesting
thing it's really
here.
A weird mix here.
So I think one thing, maybe the Knight of Cups is here for a specific reason, Mr. Maurice, because I feel it maybe ties into the High Priestess reversed. I feel like maybe this is not a time where your intuition is to be trusted. Maybe you're getting some mixed messages through dreams, through signs and synchronicities that you've been seeing. Maybe this is more a time to apply some logic to your life. I feel, though, that something is happening for you, though. And so maybe you don't see this right now. Maybe that's because these are reversed. You're not seeing right now that something is happening and developing for you that is going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness, whether this is in your career, whether this could be a new relationship or a relationship that, is elevated to a different level. I think that there's something very positive going on here.
Right. I'm not sure because a part of it feels like it could be not necessarily a relationship, but a friendship that is important to you. This idea that maybe you're rethinking some of that, or that there's concern about somebody there. Maybe you're wondering about somebody who's leaving your realm in a way. I don't know if that's because of physical distance or just because of something going on emotionally. But at the same time, there's this Ace of Cups here that says some of that may or could be filled by something else that really is pleasant, is enjoyable for you. It's not necessarily saying it's sensual pleasure or any other kind of pleasure per se, but it is something enjoyable. It's something you care to do, you like to do. It could just be the way you spend some of your extra free time, going to a park once in a while or something like that.
Well, the Knight of Cups is about the coming or going of a matter connected with the emotions. And, So it could be on the relationship front, that something is ending, something new is beginning, something like that. And then it has the Ace of Cups to back it up, but it is reversed. And so, but combined with that High Priestess energy, there's other aspects to the Knight of Cups.
See,
He's dreamy. He's intuitive. He also has this inner life and realm. And with the High Priestess reversed, it just feels as though there's a disconnect here right now.
I'm sorry, I'm gnashing my teeth here because I've been wanting to say this and I don't know why I missed it the first time, but I sort of wonder if there is a possibility that some friendship or relationship has ended or will be ending. You're aware of this, but in the wake of that, you do feel there still is possibilities for other relationships, or that you see something else coming in, or that you will, I guess.
Well, thank you everybody for those well wishes for the anniversary.
Thank you, Laura.
We aren't doing anything much special. COVID is just still too big.
We
here.
haven't eaten out in
We'll get a
almost
meal.
2 years.
We will get a meal. We'll dine in with something nice.
We'll get a nice carry out.
But, I think the beauty of a long-term relationship like this is, hey, it's just another day. It's a milestone, but, we kind of just ride with the highs and lows and ride out the highs and lows and accept it as just another step in life. And so we celebrate it, but we're not going to just, have a big to-do about it. Except if you bought me a ruby, because that is the stone for the 40th anniversary, I will not reject it.
Well, there's another way to give you a shiner, but
Ruby
I don't know that we
slippers?
want to go there.
So I'm just teasing Mr. O. I'm
Me
not
too.
expecting a ruby from Mr. O. So, Mr. Maurice, something big and good is happening, I hope, will be borne out by our Lenormand. Let's see what's up. Oh, my goodness.
I pulled first, and I pulled the ship. And then Banshee pulled the clover.
There's some move you're going to make, or some change, or something is moving towards you. When I see the Ace of Cups here, I think that. Or even the Knight, but the Knight is reversed, which is why I'm not going there. But this is something new. This is going to seem like fate is driving this. There's a synchronicity. There is something here. And I really feel right now you're not seeing it. It's just going to happen. And when it happens, it's going to feel really great.
Well, the movement thing does suggest what I said there too, that maybe, something is moving away, the reverse Knight. So I sort of feel that's a possibility, but I just feel it's more important to note that luck is moving towards you, and maybe it's a change of venue that really brings some new possibilities that really are exciting and pleasurable to you.
Yep. So
And
that's what we have for you. And we'll get to your question, Shruti.
I want to assure you your question is very visible to us, and I can't necessarily program the Nightbot to repeat questions, but it may be something I'll look
We'll
into
be
in the
able
future.
to see it. We'll find it. It's not a problem.
So thank you, Mr. Maurice. Thank you very
for your
much.
donation. Really appreciated.
All right.
Sile, you are up. And after Sile is Benita, Shruti, Acel, Divine You, and Mama T.
Ready.
As we are doing fine. We're going to get through this list without a problem.
Okay, so that's it for the karma for now.
And if anybody has snuck in that I have missed, do let me know.
I'm going to take a quick gander just to see, but I think that's it.
I think we're fine. So did Sile post a question?
I don't think so.
Probably not. But Sile, go ahead and post your question.
Check out our blog and other features. And that's also, too, where you can order our readings at tfttarotfortoday.com. And next Saturday, happy hour returns to its
Normal
10
time.
a.m. normal time. Saturday morning at 10 a.m. as we will also be back Thursday night for our, once again, a regular live stream.
Okay. Is Seeley...
Oh, we buffered a little bit?
Uh-oh.
Not on our end is what it looks like.
Well, we will pay
Or
attention.
very, very slightly. You're welcome, Mr.
It's a good
Moose.
time to remind everybody again, should we lose our connection, we will come back up, so do check for that.
Right.
All right, I don't think Seeley is here. Maybe Seeley just said hi.
Not sure. I'll try to look.
Last
quickly
call
then.
for Seeley.
Yeah, they may be gone. Okay. Let's just assume that and move on.
Well, you know, it's funny because my stream is way behind again. I'm still seeing Sunny there, and he's been gone.
Oh.
I know. All right, so let's move on to Benita. Benita, you are up, and then Sruti, Asel, Divine You, Mama T. I'll put Seeley at the end, just in case they come back.
And I think Benita wrote a question before, but I'm not sure if I'll find that easily.
I might. You're doing enough there, Mr. O.
I'm doing too much.
No, I think she was just talking about the situation. I want to study LLB. Should I proceed?
Oh, law.
Law, okay. LLB.
Law, I remember that.
LLB is law? Okay.
Look at her comment after
Oh,
that.
I missed that one. Okay, I'll take your word for it. All right, Anita.
You don't usually.
Oh, getting testy there, Mr.
I
O.
am.
Not
It's what I do.
you.
It's what I do.
It's what you do. Actually, I don't want the stick. I want the stick. All right, let's use 0. And you are welcome as always, Mr. Maurice.
Thank you very much.
Did we do Lenormand on that?
Yes, we did. I thought
That's
we did.
right.
Mhm.
Did we?
Yeah.
I forget what they...
We
the
had
ship,
the ship
and
and the clover.
See the brain, the foggy brain. Part of it is my disorder.
What's my excuse?
Part of it's old age. Your part.
I see.
All right, Mr. O. Oh, my screen just switched again to something I'm not seeing on yours. That's so strange.
You're way
Okay.
behind.
I'm way behind.
Can you refresh it all? That would do it,
well,
probably.
Probably.
Your chat seems to be up to date, though. That's
I
kind
know.
of interesting.
I know. That's what I can't figure out here.
Well, maybe you shouldn't bother with it then.
Probably shouldn't have, but I'm back. All right, there we are. Oh, I see we have 12 likes now. Gee, that's awesome.
12 likes is awesome. Thank you, everyone.
SAS. Well, we will add you to the list. I think we have time. We'll go over the list in just a minute. You're at the bottom,
Okay.
but some people have left, so we'll see how it goes. All right. Well, we have the Hierophant reverse, the Hierophant, the Pope in this deck. We have the Four of Cups upright. That's a beautiful card. I like that. And then we have the Five of Cups reversed. Okay. So this was about, we probably should have done a yes-no. I realize that now. But we'll do a yes-no too, Benita, and see what it says. But let's talk about this. This looks really interesting to me. You should give this some thought. I think the Four of Pentacles here this is a time to really maybe immerse yourself more into figuring out if this is really the good fit for you. The Five of Cups reversed indicates to me that there could be some opportunities here for you. You know, if you can look past maybe you're concerned, am I up for this challenge? You know, I really don't know if I have what it takes. Maybe you're kind of down on yourself a little bit, but you should really give this a shot. You may have to take a more unconventional approach, you know, to following this path. Like, for example, do you have to work and go to school? Do you have children? Is there ways that you're going to have to figure out creative ways of managing this in your life and making this happen?
Well, I'm actually thinking that reverse Pope La Pep Hierophant is maybe talking more to the fact that you're going to feel like you do sort of ride against the grain or stand out a little bit in the crowd of law students. And you may wonder whether that will help you or hurt you. With the Four of Cups, it sort of is in a way a neutral. It just sort of presents the idea that you're just part of that diversity, part of that tapestry. And maybe that's also informing part of your reason to be there, because you might look at your own unusual things or things about yourself that you feel are diverse or not representative of an orthodox traditional manner as an advantage, but maybe also something to be sort of studied or appreciated on its own terms. I just sort of hyperbolating that into the Four of Cups. And then with the Five of Cups reversed, though, is, of course, the downside of that is that you may realize or you may feel that, of course, you'll still be a little bit viewed differently, to the point where others may just view you differently. That sort of sense that you're going to a different beat, that you're sort of different. So in other words, it's both the same on either sides, but it's sort of the sense of you're also wondering how other people really will relate to you in a way.
We definitely deviate on the Five of Cups. But,
sure.
You know, one thought has crossed my mind here, Benita. It's possible that after you really look over this, you may feel that you want to pursue alternate opportunities. Or maybe the case might be is that you are looking for some unique or unconventional way that you can use your law, you know, these law skills and talents in some other line of work, maybe. So, I mean, I can see that too here. So, should you really study law? I think we should just do a yes/no real quick and
let's
see
do
what
that.
it says. Just see what it says. And trust me, you shouldn't necessarily rely on what we're saying here. Hopefully, it'll just give you more things to think about.
So therefore I shall put up the standard disclaimer that what we do is basically only able to be applied to entertainment purposes. If you need real professional counseling of any sort, or any sort of actual professional attention, legal, medical, otherwise, do seek those appropriate persons.
Like career guidance or counselors, who can also help you try to,
absolutely,
you know, sort this out. But we're looking at
anybody
this on
other than us. No.
You know, a level that might provide you with some impetus for a direction you might want to pursue.
Boy, Banshee, I'm really going to want to eat.
Okay, it's not even 3:27. Did we not have lunch? That's probably right. We had a later breakfast.
Don't tell me I'm not hungry.
I can never tell you that. Never.
We're not at you yet, Shruti, but we will go over the list in a few minutes.
You are right after the person we're doing now.
Okay, so that's good. Leave your question there.
Don't take your question down. Leave it. We will always find it. I'm counting. That's right.
Yes. And this is for Benita. Oh dear. Excuse me, everyone.
Oop. Okay, it's leaning towards no, but it is definitely not a definite no. We have the Six of Pentacles here, upright. We also, the ace that we did get is the Ace of Wands upright. And then we have the beautiful looking Hermit card. And I think this is really intriguing to me because I think you have to weigh the positives and negatives of this decision for yourself, Benita. The 6 is indicating a give and take here. And so I kind of feel you have to decide, do I have enough resources to pull this off? Or conversely, do I have, is this going to take more out of me than I'm going to get out of it?
I think what that card also adds is the sense of you saying, what do I really add to this picture? Do I really make things better by becoming a law student, entering the world of law? Am I really doing something good that I should be doing or want to be doing?
And the Hermit indicates to me that you really have to give this a little bit more thought if this is truly what you want to do. I feel this reading is not a no. This is a reading of, it kind of ties into at least what I said before, in that I feel like you really need to look into this more and decide if this is truly going to balance out for you in the long term.
With me, I think that Hermit also suggests that it's a commitment, and you have to understand that commitments take time, that this is really maybe pulling you away from other actions, the Hermit kind of idea.
Yeah, Celie, it's Sunday and we get really busy, so we had to put you at the bottom. There is somebody under you, but you're closer to the bottom now. However, we're getting there.
We can still do you.
Yep.
Hang on.
Let's do the Lenormand.
It's okay. We understand. We absolutely understand.
Okay.
Nice.
This is definitely going to take a lot of your time. This is the Fish and the Mice. Your time,
it's a big commitment,
and resources to pull off. You could feel really drained and stressed going through this process. But now, if you are a person who can manage, the type of stress that maybe getting a law school, a lawyer degree would take, then it'll be okay. But just know that by looking at this Lenormand, it's going to take a lot out of you.
Alrighty.
And that's what we have for you, Benita. Good luck with that.
Thank you so much.
So we're going to move on to Shruti, who's been waiting. Shruti's question is now, and then Acel, Divine You, Mama T, Sile, and then SAS.
And so I'm switching back to my Tarot of the Ages, my well-used and wonderful deck that I love. I like the readings from this deck. And it's also easy to handle. My regular reading deck for many years, and I still like to use it on the show.
I love that deck still, and I should bring out mine once in a while. Don't I have one? Tarot of the Ages.
Yes, you do.
Of course
you
I
have
do.
one. Of course you do.
Of course. Uh-oh. I was not careful. I'm sorry. And
well,
now,
hello there, little snooker. Lay down. Lay down.
now we have a crisis.
Cat on aisle 3. Please don't knock it over.
That is not your rubbing post, Mr. Sunman. All right. All right, so let's look at that question again in next action after November 21st. The Hierophant reversed. Sunny likes that card.
The Wheel of Fortune upright.
Mr. O, it's not easy.
I know.
The 4, what is that? The 8 of Wands reversed.
Reversed.
Oh boy. Well, can you slip that on your other side
yeah,
there?
sure.
Yeah, 'cause that's the third card. Okay. His next move is going to be unconventional, unexpected, maybe. The Hierophant reversed indicates that it will kind of be something that you didn't expect, maybe. And the Wheel of Fortune is indicating a change of fortune here, hopefully for the better. And you said it's their next move. So I think if I take the question as you said it, their next move is going to improve their fortunes, their luck in some way.
I'm sort of feeling different. Like, I sort of feel that their next moves will be more or less on their own time and won't be necessarily right after November 21st.
I have to think about this.
That's
yeah.
that reversed Eight of Wands there. It's sort of just saying that I don't think you can expect their timeliness on this matter, because maybe the idea is that they really do operate on their own time frame. They're unorthodox in that matter. And so the sense of that is that really,
oh my goodness,
it's unexpected. You won't really know when it happens. But I do think that it means it will happen. It's just not going to happen as you would like. And it's interesting that you use that date because, of course, that is probably going to be more or less the date the sun enters Sagittarius.
And what's interesting is I really have to acquiesce to Mr. O on this for the first time today. I really think he's onto something here because that Eight of Wands was kind of throwing me for a loop. And I can see that now. It's about spent energy, wasted energy, but it's also about, it could indicate a slowdown. So yeah, I can see what he's saying here, that it may not happen by the 21st, his move. This is kind of like he's operating on his own time here, and when he feels the timing is right, because the Wheel of Fortune can be about good fortune, like I said, and good luck, but it's also about right timing. Is the 21st the right time? I think something may happen after the 21st, but it's going to be delayed. And maybe it's just because he's operating, he's doing things as he sees fit, not the way the world sees fit or that you might see fit.
Hey, JH, I hope that it's good Reiki that Sunny's sending you. Okay, let's do the Lenormand.
That's really interesting, Shruti. But let's do the Lenormand and see if we can't get more on this, because I am thinking there's a delay here, and it's a calculated delay. He's delaying.
Yeah, I think there's a method in his.
This person's delaying for a reason.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know what that is exactly, though. Ooh.
Well, see, now that's going to confuse me.
House and Fox.
I think because the house has many, many meetings, I'm going to go out on a limb here, or my intuition, because here we have the fox again. I feel that he's looking at whatever this situation is, and the move that he's going to make is calculated to make him or her feel more secure. It's about their security. And so they're being very, very coy or sneaky about what they're doing here. The fox, besides being about work, employment, being about a sexy lady potentially, or a sensual person, it can also be about sneakiness and craftiness. So looking at these cards and looking at all of this here and putting it together, and the house can be about, obviously, a house. It can be about protection, security, a place where we feel safe. I feel that they're looking out after their own security.
Right. I feel that whatever these actions are that you're expecting or wondering about, that they are mostly suited for themselves, and it probably is something that they don't really want you or necessarily other people to know about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. So notice
Secrets.
I restarted again, and my thing went behind anyway. It just falls behind. I don't know why. So I'm not going to do it again. Over here. Do not stand there. No. All right. Well, that's what we have for you, Shruti. I don't see, whatever move this person is making, he's delaying it for particular reasons, and it has to do with his own feelings of sense of security. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what the cards have given us today. Thanks for waiting. I appreciate that, and good luck with the situation. Okay. Acel, you are up, and after Acel is Divine You, Mama T, Sile, and SAS.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Got a nice long friendship. Well, let's see what comes up with that, Acel. Hey, you are welcome, Trudy. You're very welcome. Your cards. No, wait.
And they were mine.
Yes, they were yours. Back to these.
Thank you, Shruti.
Glad to hear that, Shruti. Glad it made sense. It's a little vaguer than I would have liked, but it's just the way the cards fell and everything seemed to fall in place there. There's something going on, and they're taking their time for some reason. They feel they have to. Here you go.
So don't forget to watch my show on Fridays. It's a new format, one card for each sign. And I try to emphasize love and relationships. That's Fridays at 7 a.m.
All you need is love, they say.
That's what they do say. You're right.
They do. All right. So we're getting to our last 5 readings, which is good. We should be close to on time or just a little into overtime. We'll see how it goes. Oh. I was just going to grab them right up from you, Mr.
I know that.
Okay, we have the King of Wands reversed. We have the Nine of Wands upright. We have the Eight of Wands reversed. They're all wands. So this is really interesting to me. The King of Wands reversed, I don't know. What do you think?
It's interesting because you said that you think of this person as a friend, but you wonder if they have feelings for you and that you've known them a long time. And so I look at the preponderance of wands and I say, well, yeah, this does sort of talk more about less emotional relationships, more friendships,
or
perhaps.
Business. Yeah.
So I feel that maybe this could be representing that in some way, and that it represents the dichotomy between you and he, because maybe their feelings changed over time or for whatever reason, and you're starting to realize that now. I think that they mostly feel that they want to stand their ground with you, or they want to hang in there, that they're just sort of weighing that. And then this one here, the Eight of Wands, maybe this is saying they're willing to play the long game. They're not necessarily having to do this quickly, that they could understand that maybe you're not exactly with them on this, and maybe they're content to still be your friend, but maybe some of that is a little bit, dicey in the air.
Maybe they feel that, well, I have to say, Acel, that I don't see this going to romance. The Eight of Wands reversed to me in this case. I'm going to go with the fact that I feel like that means that there's no energy there for that. I feel that they like you as being part of their life, their team here, so to speak. Their friend, being a friend. And maybe they feel that, if anything at all, maybe they feel that they lost the initiative to move forward on a relationship a long time ago.
Well, Estelle wonders if this person does have romantic feelings, and I guess maybe there's a reason why you feel that way, although maybe it isn't totally clear.
Do you want to do a yes, no, and see?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do that too, Estelle. Right here, I'm seeing it towing the line towards friendship. But
Yeah.
I'm willing to try a yes, no. Let's
Well,
do that.
You're saying that that's what you think Dalet
Right.
feels is more friendship
Yes.
than romance. Okay.
But let's ask if there are romantic feelings. Does Dalet have romantic feelings?
Okay.
Or maybe should we say, well, does Dalet... Well, let's see what it says. Or if they'll have it in the future is another possibility.
Well, Estelle asked in the first one, does he want to marry? So let's ask it that way. Does Dalet want to marry?
Okay, let's do that.
With no time frame. You know, because like I'm suggesting that maybe he would,
You
he
did
would
say
play
that there
a
could
waiting
be...
game of
yeah,
some sort.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
necessarily showing his intentions at this time.
So does Dalet have any intention of marrying
Or wanting
Estelle
to marry.
someday? Yeah. Well, intentions is want,
It
I
is.
say.
I'm intending to eat some dinner later.
Well, I may be intending to allow you to do so.
That's so nice of you.
All right, I'm counting. Interesting. Well, oh my goodness. It's not just leaning towards no. We got no aces in this reading.
So it
it's
seems like
saying
it's
definite
no.
There's the Wheel of Fortune. There's Judgment reversed. And there's the Lovers reversed. So, with that, the short end of it is a sell. It doesn't look like love is in the equation again. I just don't feel it with both two. They're all major arcana cards. You got two here. So I feel that the time for that has passed. That this is more of a friendship than a love relationship.
Well, I actually wonder, too, if it's also a little bit of what I said before, too, that they could actually wait to see if things change or not, that they're content to sort of let cycles move on. This sort of tells me that maybe they don't really... they wouldn't necessarily be crushed either way. I don't know. That's what I'm feeling about that. That if ultimately it never worked out, they wouldn't necessarily be crushed either way. It's sort of like a situation for them where either they could do it or not, and it wouldn't necessarily change their status quo about right now. So it may be that this is not what they're intending now.
You're the key.
I am.
Yeah. This is really, really tough. Is this saying the key here is you? You are searching for a key to open that door, I think. I think that's truly what it is. But you know what, Asal? I feel that regardless of, the fact that there's love or not, I really feel the key you need to understand here is this person's always going to be there for you. This person's always going to be around and be there for you. And remember, the tarot is only a snapshot in time, so we are telling you that right now, this does not look like it's going towards love. But could things change in the future? Well, fate is a funny thing. So I wouldn't never say never, But I would be honest, I would be telling you right now that is the key is to recognize the fact that this is friendship for now and possibly set your sights somewhere else for a relationship.
Well, I sort of feel different from Banshee in the sense that I think you're not necessarily saying you would want that, but you were wondering if he would
Right.
want that.
Okay.
And I'm sort of feeling like the key then suggests that maybe although Dolette doesn't want to pursue that, you would be the key to changing that. That it would be
Yeah,
your
exactly.
attentions that would maybe change that. So it really would be up to you once again on whether or not that would be the kind of thing you want.
I'll leave it at that. He may have a point there. I cannot rule that out.
What about 7?
I put 7 down.
Okay,
7,
you're on the
it's dicey, but we'll see what we can do for you. You're at the bottom of a list we're working through. That's it for Acel. We're on Divine U, and then after Divine U is Mama T, Sile, SAS, and 7 Oceans.
All right, and that'll have to be it, I think.
Yeah. Hey, you're
You're
welcome,
welcome.
Acel. All right, so go ahead, Divine
Okay,
U.
good. Sounds to me like you won't have to then, unless something really dramatically changes, which we don't see.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Well, I see it going that way, truly, so I don't think you have to worry about that. General reading, your deck.
Okay. I will use the ancestral path.
Well, you go. All right, got it. Oh boy, I think you are, Jalen. What do you think, Mr. O?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Gee, we're going into a little overtime at 4. I don't know. We'll have to see. I can put you on the list, but what is that? I gotta.
Those are commands I issue.
Oh, okay. I do not know that.
Well, there it is.
Uh-huh. All right, here you go.
You may cut.
Oh, I may cut. You're right. It's your deck. My cut.
Okay, Divine, your general reading. You have the Prince of Cups, so that would be like the Knight of Cups.
On horseback.
You have the reversed Four of Pentacles, here called the Sacred Circles. And then you have the Chariot,
Oh, my.
and that one's upright.
Well, you know, with the Knight of Cups on horseback and the Chariot there, looks like there's some movement happening here. But where? Is it in romance? Is it in the romance department? It could be. Or could it be at work? I feel as though maybe it's time to open yourself up now to some new experiences, Divine You, and I sense they might be emotional ones.
It does feel like it's emotional. I won't say that it definitely implies romance, but it could imply just maybe feeling connected to other people. So I'm wondering if the reversed Four of Pentacles suggests that maybe you're going to find some sort of outlet for activities or involvement with people. So it could be some sort of social club or gathering, even if it is online, but maybe something where you will feel like you can involve yourself, like you can give something to that. Because I sense that that's really important for you, that either you have to be the kind of person that can kind of direct those energies, the Chariot, pick up the reins and sort of move the energies, but you could also just be the person too who feels they can give something, whether or not, you always totally feel that value is reciprocated, let alone understood.
Well, it doesn't mean something's not coming towards you, Divine You, but I see what you're saying. So it could be like what Mr. O said. This is a time to open your heart and maybe, help somebody in need right now. Somebody, in need. Somebody in need that you could give to. There's something here about giving or giving up something with that Four of Sacred Circles reversed. This is a time maybe what this is also saying to me is maybe this is a time to think less of the material and more of the emotional side of your life. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. It's maybe about things that bring you joy or things that you are passionate about. It's time to make some moves into that area of your life, than the business end, I feel.
And the funny thing to me about the Chariot, in almost every interpretation, there's sort of a duality represented, and it's usually with the idea of a light colored and a dark colored lion, and they're pulling the Chariot, and so that represents the forces of positive aggression or positive
Take care,
involvement.
JH.
Thank you, JH. Oh my goodness, yes. And Sunny's Reiki. So, Divine, I think this is saying that this division is about the equality of action or force you put towards either of those, whether it's towards things that are materially secure for you, that provide material security, or if they provide emotional security or emotional contentment.
There's just, when you look at the cards and you know all the various combinations of things you could say.
Yeah, I guess so.
There's a lot of things going on here. The Chariot could also indicate that you are just, that maybe it's time to make some intuitive, smart moves about some of your resources and what it is that you are willing to let go of and part with at this time. Maybe give to others who might be in need. There's even that angle here that I could see to these cards.
The other part about the Chariot, too, is about initiative. That to me, it's always about somebody who decides to take initiative. So maybe this is saying this is the time for you to decide to do that, to really, say, I'm going to do that, rather than always thinking about it or finding, something else to do instead.
Let's see if the Lenormand gives us more of a clue here or not.
I pulled first, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So I pulled the mice.
Those darn mice.
There's those darn mice.
Now, how does this fit?
And the book. And of course, the mice represents needs or things that bother you or worry you.
Or troubles.
Or
stress.
They're not
or
necessarily
ill health.
big things, but they could be if you don't, figure out what they are. And of course, the book is about figuring out what they are. So it may be saying, too, that in doing some of these things that we're saying is suggested here, that maybe you'll find out something else that maybe is really the more important thing to know. So that maybe by helping others or trying to figure out how you can help others, and this isn't necessarily charity work, going to work at the soup kitchen. This could be about other things, how you could mentor somebody, that kind of thing, how you could show somebody something that maybe you are one of the few people could show that, Maybe this is saying that fulfills that need in you that you have. Banshee.
So, in regards to one of the thoughts I had, I think that, this is a time for you to really think about and take a look at where there's a need. Where is there a need that you could fill, and be of assistance in some way? And possibly make life a little happier or cheerier for someone. Where is there a need right now? And I think that might be what those two tiles are talking about. And then make the moves. It's time to part or make room make room for something else in your life. Sometimes it's not even about stuff. It could be, up here too, that you have to make room to bring new joy into your life. And where is that need? Where is that coming from?
I think that's really, that's wonderful to hear that. And I guess maybe this is saying that the more you do these things, maybe the more they'll resonate with you, and maybe, they will be able to provide that direction that you're looking for, that involvement that you need.
I kind of like that. I think you're onto something there, Divine You, and it's kind of reflected, it's definitely reflected in what I see here. Awesome. Yep, well, I think it's more of the same for a little while. But also, I feel that this feels right to you to be there at this point in time, for your son. So that's what we have for you today, Divine You. Good luck with that. Mama T, you are up, and then Sile, SAS, Seven Oceans, and Jaylin. What?
We'll keep going.
We'll see. Well, I think it's got to stop there, and that's
with Jaylin will have to be the last one.
Yep.
Because we have just entered
General for
overtime.
Mama T.
All right, yours. You betcha. And we do hope that's helpful,
Oops. Mr. O. He's growling.
Oh, sometimes...
Hopefully that won't get on microphone.
Sometimes it's audible.
Hey, we're starving artists. Starving tarotists. Okay, I want to make sure. What are we doing here?
General reading.
General, that's right for Mama T. So I make sure. Okay. Interesting stuff, Mama T. Well, we do have the Strength card reversed here. We'll talk about that. We have the Four of Swords. The Four of Needles is upright. And then we have the Three of Potions.
Thank you.
Upright,
Thank you, Divine.
which is the Three of Cups. Oh, thank you, Divine. So, Strength reversed, Mama T, is just saying, you're feeling kind of weak right now. You're feeling not at your strongest, whether this is physically, whether this is mentally, whether it's any and all, areas. You're just feeling that right now. And the reason I'm going that way with the Strength card is because of the next card that's following it, the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords just may say this is a time of retreat for you. This might be a time to take care of yourself, And hey, we're going into winter now, the winter months, and this is a time where people kind of retreat and, take it easier a little bit if they can. But, I'm sorry, the last card is what again? The Three
of Cups.
But I have to tell you that, what? Don't feel bad about this. This is a time, that this time will be time well spent. And you will come out more ready to go and ready to engage, with others and with things to the point where, you'll be ready to welcome joy and celebration and good times back into your life again.
Well, I see a little bit of a difference with
you?
how I look at
You've
that.
been seeing that all day, Mr.
Sure.
O.
So I sort of feel that the Strength reverse could say that, maybe there's a sense of frustration and that you want to try to force things, to be the way you want rather than understand that maybe there's some forces you can't control in that situation. But, that Four of Swords then maybe says, if it doesn't turn out to be your way, you're inclined to say, I'm taking my toys and I'm going away. That kind of thing. So don't fall into that necessarily, if that's what I'm picking up there, a little bit of resistance and saying, well, I didn't want it anyways, or, that kind of thing. Because I think really it is something you do want. And I think, you should just, try to relate to the idea that it'll happen. But, like the Three of Cups, sometimes it happens in a different way, in the sense that maybe there's a little bit of vicariousness there, that maybe you realize this through seeing somebody else's happiness or success, what that clue is for you to do. Or how
it
you
might
can
just be that there's happiness and success working with others. If I follow your line here of where you're going with it.
Thank you. That's a good way of putting that together.
But I'm still going to stand by my thing that I feel that maybe this is a time to take it a little easier. There's no rush to this success. You are important too. And, you need to be sure that you are up for the challenges that you set for yourself. And so I see both.
All right.
Oh.
The garden.
No.
The bouquet.
Yeah.
Sorry. The whip.
Did we have this combination before?
Yeah, we did.
It's so funny because I probably jinxed myself.
We had this exact
because
combination.
I said, we haven't had a lot of repeats today, really. And look, we have this total repeat. Well, I think basically this could mean one of two things, that sometimes you feel as though, that it's not worth it, that it's too much, too soon. It's too much for you to handle the good things that could be coming your way. But on the other hand, I also feel that this could mean that something suddenly will be coming your way that will bring you great joy. That card or that tile is a nice one to come with the Three of Cups here.
Well, I was going to say that this thing maybe happens in between this card and this card. Like, this is the break that happens after the Four of Swords. The idea that, you maybe want to withdraw, but then maybe somebody's kindness, somebody's gift, somebody's revelation to you comes and just is jarring because it's swift and it's clear.
I think what it may well mean is that, maybe you're going to hit some highs, you're going to hit some lows here, and something is going to come for you, that's going to give you a sign, and it will be sudden, and it will be a surprise, and it will be something really, really good that will re-inspire you, that will come at the right moment, that will bring you that joy and that push to move things forward. What? Oh, no. Kara, we are so late. We're not sure we're going to be able to get to you today. I'd love to read for you, but we'll try. After all, we've added like 3 names since we said no.
Yeah, we've technically gone into overtime. So let's see what we can do.
Hang in there with us, Kara. We're done with Mama T now. So Mama T, I say this is a time of rest and repose, but something may also perk you up and bring you out of that. And the good news is it's going to be something very happy, very positive, that's going to inspire you like, now I can get moving again. And that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Well, you're welcome to watch, and we'll see where the spirit takes us, I guess. So who's up?
So Sile's up. Sile, and then SAS, Seven Oceans, Chai Lin, and Kara Lee came in. And that's it. And did I say that before?
What?
That's it. We're having a lot of fun here today.
And we won't even say that thing that would jinx us.
Did Sile post a question?
I don't remember. So I'll
Sile,
look again.
I know you've come and gone, and I hope you haven't gone again. I hope you're still here with us. That's right.
Oh, there it is. They did.
Oh, good.
What made Scorpio decide not to fix things with me? asking for
Oh.
closure.
All right, that's a good question.
So this is my deck, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to use the Karma Music Tarot.
So if Sile has abandoned us, we'll have to let them know we read for them today. They can go back and check it out.
Let's just see what we can do. Get our way through this.
Next time I'll bring a reserve supply of snacks if you need to.
Well, there you go. That would probably work out then. What made Scorpio decide not to fix things with me? See.
Well, that's a good question. So let's see what we got.
Yeah, that's the kind of meaty question we could actually get our cards around. Meaty. And if you're an old timer, then you would remember Meaty, Beefy, Big, and Bouncy. And that was the title of an album by The Who.
Oh.
Or it was on their album, Meaty, Beefy, Big, and Bouncy.
Okay. I don't remember.
And that was actually
album.
before Tommy and all that, weirder stuff. Okay.
All right, let's see what we've got for Sile here. We have the Ten of Swords.
Oh,
Reversed.
interesting. So
We
it
have the
may be
Ace
coming
of
up.
Cups reversed.
Yeah, Ace of Cups reversed.
Look at this.
And the Hanged
Man.
Man.
Upright.
So maybe there's a question about the Scorpio needing to give up something, and ultimately they probably couldn't. There might have been another relationship or something else that was more pleasurable to them. Maybe they were looking at things that differently. And I don't know if it was a romantic relationship, so maybe it wasn't exactly that. And then the Ten of Swords is suggesting to me that in some ways, I guess they sort of felt there was a justification to whatever their actions were, whether they were, too mean or too unaccommodating. I'm going to look at that again.
Well, I think why they decided not to fix things with you is they're moving on. The Ten of Swords reversed is kind of indicative to me. They feel the fight is over, or this relationship has passed. The Ace of Cups reversed also to me indicates that what used to bring joy no longer brings that joy to them. I'm really feeling that here. And so they have shifted their perspective, and they're moving on.
Right, and they may be, as a Scorpio, a bridge burner, that sometimes they just let it go and they never go back there. They just never go back there. I'm not saying this is what is absolutely happening, but I know that Scorpios can be like that. I myself might be like that.
Right, so it's hard to say if it's forever, but I will say that they've chosen not to fix things because in their mind, they're moving past it now because they don't feel like the joy will be there. Maybe there's too much water under the bridge. They just can't, they just can't see this working out. And it's because they've really given this some thought. The Hanged Man, they really probably looked at this up and down and have decided this just isn't going to work for them.
Well, it's also possible, too, that maybe they feel you're the one that needs to give up.
Oh.
Give up,
Ouch.
your feeling about, being involved in this level.
I'm not going to rule that out. That's possible.
Yeah, it's just a possibility. So we're going to pull those Lenormand and see what we get there.
You first.
And I have pulled the fish.
Oh, you had to tell me that.
Something could be fishy here.
I try not to look at what you've got. Wow. Well, you know what? This is a relationship reading, and this is about what this person feels. Or maybe this is a message for you. I don't know why, but I'm feeling this is a message for you, but I will address it the other way as well. I feel that you should look at this as, I'm sorry to say, a gift that this person is moving on. I really feel, because the fish is about movement, and I really feel that this is a gift, that there is this move away from you for some reason. You may not feel that in your heart, but it just kind of looks that way.
And you know, there's a saying, I don't know if this is a saying you've heard before, but maybe the gift is that there are many fish in the ocean. You know, that the idea that there's always going to be somebody else maybe that you will attune to better.
And Sile, if I looked at it from the Scorpio's perspective, I would say this is indicating that they feel they are finding their joy by moving on. Because also the bouquet is not just about a gift, it's about joy and happiness. So they are seeking their happiness out there. And I hate to, be so matter of fact, with telling you this, but that's the way the cards look today.
And it is a Scorpio.
And it sounds very Scorpio.
And thank you for posting your question, SAS.
And SAS is
that.
up. SAS
we're on
and
your
then Seven
question.
Oceans and Jalen and Kara.
Alrighty, so go ahead with your deck.
You're welcome, Sile.
And you're welcome too, Mama T. Both of you are welcome. Thank you so much.
Oh, goodness, Mama T. Be
take
careful.
care of yourself. Thanks, Divine. And as soon as I get a
Divine.
little food in my tummy, I'm sure I'll be fine. Thanks, guys, for dropping in. Appreciate it. So
I
your
don't
deck,
even have a lifesaver for you, Mr. O.
your deck.
My deck, all right. Now he wants me to move fast. All right, let's see what comes up in the cards.
Okay, and we'll get to your question soon too, Jalen. Don't worry.
I am not one to talk to Mama T about falling. I've had some bad falls in my day. I haven't broke a bone that I know of from falling. Let's just say that. But I've certainly got bumped and bruised. And I broke a pair of glasses once.
Take care, Divine.
Sorry I interrupted.
You interrupted my Reiki.
Reiki? When have you studied Reiki?
I haven't, but I know a little bit about it.
Okay.
Very little. Yeah, you got to be careful, Mama T.
Yeah, I know, because especially, with our old bones, oh my goodness. They just don't heal like they used to. And I got to be particularly careful now. Those skin knees would not be a good thing for me. I have to avoid bumps and bruises and bleeding.
Anything important you need to know for the next 3 months?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
They're all
there's some
reversed.
things.
We have the Five of Wands reversed. We have the Tower reversed. And we have the Queen of Coins reversed. Yeah, there may be a few things here. I think that for the next 3 months, you got to be careful with how you manage your resources. And when I say that, I also speak in terms of not just money, time and energy, all of that. You got to be sure that you manage things well. It looks as though in the next 3 months too that maybe something may come back to haunt you in some way. Maybe the fact that, you're not that and it might have to do with this, maybe some conflict or something to do with others. I don't know if this is to do with money or resources, but it might be something that that caused a conflict of sorts. And I would be wary of revisiting this. Maybe it's time to let it go, whatever this conflict was. Because the Tower reversed indicates that you could make it worse by revisiting it or trying to hold your ground. It's time to just let the dust settle.
Well, the next 3 months would take you through the holiday season into the next year. And so I sort of feel like at that time, what you need to know is mostly to not forget to take care of yourself. I think the Queen of
That's a
Coins
good point.
is a minor reflection on the Empress. And so reversed, it's saying like, you want to take care of others, but don't forget to take care of yourself. I think that the Tower reversed is saying this karmic thing that may be coming back to you. And it might be from around now, but I sort of feel like maybe it's from a little bit back further from now, is a choice or decision, a lesson you should have understood. And it may be about who you trusted or who you were interacting with, the Five of Wands. So it could be about, I don't feel like it's about a relationship, like you found out that, somebody was a stalker, and now you're really regretting that. I won't rule that out necessarily, but I hope it's not that. But I do feel like it could be about an intrapersonal situation that doesn't really work anymore, and that maybe there are some negative feelings or some possible repercussions. She might differ with me a little bit. We always sort of differ a little bit on the reversed Five of Wands.
Yes.
But to me, I sort of feel like there's just a little bit of intimidating or aggressive energies that you don't want. And I think it's tied up with this idea that it's something that came back to you, a choice you might have made or something like that.
This may relate to your business of, financial or business things. Oh.
Okay.
I just saw what you wrote. So. To me, sometimes the Five of Wands is just walking away from something, which really does sound like a divorce. Walking away from conflict, walking away from things that brought about stress, difficulties. But the Tower is talking about don't repeat this cycle. Try to avoid whatever happened here. You need to absorb the lessons. I think these 3 months are kind of crucial for that.
SAS, any of these cards actually applies to what you just told us, so we appreciate that. I sort of feel like this could be saying, like, make sure, or, have somebody who's your lawyer or somebody who's working with you know for sure that there's no little things that are going to bite you as the settlements or whatever goes on. If there's any little question there about something that maybe you didn't understand but you signed off on, or something that you just need to be aware of. But I think in general, it's kind of what we said. I think you should not forget to take care of yourself. This is obviously going to be a difficult time.
Well, and clearly, it is a card of taking care of yourself through this time for sure. But it also might be indicating that, now your financial conditions have changed, potentially through this divorce, possibly for better, possibly worse, and you have to be a good steward and manager of that.
All right. Well, I'm glad to hear that then. So it may be just more of a personal reflection on what the relationship was and why maybe you should have realized things earlier, perhaps, something like that. It may not be about the intricacies of what's actually going to go on legalese. Let's pull the Lenormand.
Yeah, I see that. I do. At any rate, let's pull the Lenormand first and see if we get any more hints here.
We wouldn't be dishonest, but, the Queen of Coins would also indicate, too, that there might be some belt tightening going on, or that some of your outlays will be unexpected.
Well, and that it might be a little bit difficult for you to manage the new reality. And so that's what I think the Queen of Coins reversed is saying here, is that it's going to be a little rocky for a while. And look what we got here.
And I hope this isn't too soon, but we're getting the heart and the anchor. At the very least, this could be saying that actually you like your new status quo, that it really is more uplifting for you emotionally at least, and that you're willing to sort of stay in this area where you are emotionally now. Maybe there is already somebody else in the picture, or maybe you just understand you have strong support from anyone who has your best interest, your heartfelt interest at heart. Maybe you feel like that's what's still around you.
Well, since you don't feel tied down or grounded by a relationship right now, I feel that, this is saying your heart is in a pretty stable place right now. And also just, sometimes after divorce, I will just say, we are more vulnerable to, say, what's the word I'm trying to think? Rebound relationships, like going from one relationship to the next. This is saying use this time right now to become more secure within yourself, and you put yourself in a position where you will be ready at some point in the future for another long-term relationship. I definitely think what this is saying, and it's not going to happen in 3 months, but I think the focus in the 3 months is how to make sure that you are, don't put yourself in a vulnerable situation, for the next relationship that comes along.
So to that degree, I think that the anchor reinforces the Queen of Coins a little bit.
Taking care of yourself.
Yeah. I was wondering too if children were involved in the situation and if there's any fallout from that, because I could sort of see that be from the reverse Five of Wands. But on the other hand, I could sort of see that maybe, that's where that emotional support may be coming from, is either children or other persons who felt they had a stake in your relationship and they're basically on your side. So I hope that's true.
So that's what we see right now for you. We can explore further. Come back sometime. It's good to see you here. And
thanks again.
Thank you. Seven Oceans, you are up.
And Seven had a question about what they needed to know for tomorrow, I think it was.
For a few days, right?
The next few days.
Next few days.
Hey, can I get some cards for tomorrow?
That's it. Okay. Okay, so including the kids. Wow, we have no children together. Got it. Okay. Well, in separations, divorce, there are shifts and changes, that affect children as well. So maybe your focus is on just making them feel stable and secure as well, but maybe they weren't that invested in this. So whatever the case may be, I feel like now is the time to make sure that you are stable and secure on an emotional level. You sound very level-headed to me with the whole approach here, so I'm really not sure there's going to be that much of a problem with that. But that seems to be a focus.
Very much good luck. So that means we are on
Seven Oceans.
Seven Oceans, and
the next few days.
I said it was for tomorrow.
And Carol Lee.
I said it was for tomorrow because I read their comment.
I thought it said for the next few days.
Well, the one I saw said for tomorrow. I don't want to argue with you about it.
Okay.
And I just read it, and I thought you agreed.
Get it, cards for tomorrow. You've got it. Oh, I like when he smiles at me like, I got you, Banshee, for once. Actually, he does that a lot. He's my brain backup battery.
Well, now you're cutting loose a little bit there, SAS, but that's fine,
Wow.
Good. Sometimes I think a lot of men or just say bad spouses need to experience that in order to realize that they have to be good. They have to be nice to people.
Well, you know what they say, SAS, in that one song I like, you don't know what you have till it's gone. And that's what it takes sometimes for some people.
Seven Ocean. What's going on tomorrow? Okay, reverse Queen of Pentacles, or also known as the Sacred Circle. The Eight of Swords upright. And the Hanged One. Kind of an interesting one.
I wouldn't worry too much about those cards, SAS, because it's just a snapshot in time, and I feel like it may be picking up the energies of this, the finalization of the divorce, this ending, and that life does shift and feel a little bit rocky, You have some financial adjustments to make. You have to make sure that everything is secure, that everybody is feeling comfortable with the new reality. So, and also you just want to ensure that, the the same mistakes don't keep happening, like that it doesn't become a cycle. Sometimes with the Tower reversed, that's the message there. All right, so what do we have here?
Reverse Queen of Pentacles,
Right.
upright Eight of Wands, or
Swords.
swords rather, and then the Hanged One. Hanged One, yes.
Well, I don't know. It seems like something's tied up tomorrow, Seven Oceans. Like, that maybe there's no movement or there's a hesitation of sorts somewhere. The Queen of the Pentacles reversed again is a card where I have to ask, whatever it is you're looking for to possibly happen tomorrow, is it going to be something in your best interests, or are you expecting something that may not turn out okay? I feel like you got to take care of your resources and maybe take some time to sort things out. Maybe tomorrow's a day to sort things out rather than to act on something.
I've been wanting to say
Okay.
that tomorrow might be a good day to stay home if you don't have to go to work, or depending on what your schedule is, or to work around that. I sort of feel this is a day to hunker down and maybe take care of yourself. It's that Queen of Pentacles reverse thing. But I also think, too, that there's just some sense of maybe you putting some things together. And it's the combination of those two cards that there's a lot to think about and possibly a lot to do. But it's really not time yet to make those moves. It's really more time to still explore what's being born there, what's still activating, and what could be, what potentials are. So it sounds like a big day just to have a whole meditation on your life, but maybe there's a circumstance that involves that. Maybe it's about really, a big change of some sort that is coming your way. And I wonder why, but I get the feeling like it involves your surroundings and or people attached to them. I don't know that it's about your job or a job or a specific relationship.
I feel like whatever tomorrow brings, it's going to shift your perspective in some way on things. And maybe it will get you to make some moves and stop the hesitation here, or whatever it is that's immobilizing you, whether it's self-doubt, fear, worries, something I think is going to change your perspective.
All right, so let's pull the Lenormand and see what we get out of that. I'm going to shake them up really good.
And
so I get something
Jalen,
different.
if you are still here, you can type a question in.
I believe they did type in
did
a
they?
question, so I can scroll back to find that. Yes, it's about
Well,
their
all right,
daughter.
all right,
Mhm.
all right.
All right, so we have your question, Jalen. Okay, so I drew the tree,
It's about taking care of the self. Oh,
which of course is the Queen of Pentacles in a way too. And then we have the gentleman. So I'm wondering if somebody in your environment is maybe feeling some health situation, or maybe is coming to you in regards to the situation, like maybe they're involved somehow. They're the ones who have given you a lot to think about, or a perspective or decision that may be coming to you.
so again, I don't know. Maybe there is somebody else involved in this situation who is affecting, for better or worse, your growth in some way and development. So that could be a work-related issue. That could be. It could also indicate, if you have some worries about a relationship and whether it's going to get off the ground and take root and grow, maybe that's what this is about too. This is a real strange one. I'm not sure what to make of it, Mr. O.
Well, it just seems like in general, tomorrow's a day for thinking, whether you can think on the job if you have to go in, or whether you have time to really explore what's really been bothering you, because some of it's about where your directions are going, some
Yeah.
of it's about what you need to do for yourself, and some of it may still be about things that you don't quite know yet. We don't know what could be born sometimes. Exactly. So I think we should just leave it at that for Seven Ocean. And
Yeah,
move on.
I don't have much to add. I don't know. Those cards are a little bit ambiguous. It just seems like he said tomorrow's a day I really feel like either you're going to have a big perspective shift or it's a day for thinking things out and trying to figure out what's best to do. That's what we have for you. Sorry they're a little muddled, or we are getting muddled because it's late.
Okay, so that was for
So
Jaylin then,
Jaylin,
right?
we're going to try to do this one now for you.
And specifically, that was this question. Daughter 6 and having problems making friends at new school. Okay, should you be concerned? So basically about your daughter
Right.
and how she fits in with people socially and things like that, her
Your
comfort
turn.
levels. No, I just
Okay.
used mine.
Oh, why do I have this out still?
I don't know.
All right, let me grab this. Oh man, I'm so glad I'm an old lady now and I don't have to go to school today, because those schools, they're a tough place for some students now. And hey, I didn't have it so easy growing up either. Thankfully, though, I did have some stable friendships that got me through some stuff. So making friends in school is really important.
I wasn't super good that way either. Some of it was I was rather shy and introverted, which is funny because I was always gabby as heck, but mostly within my comfort zone. So if I wasn't comfortable, could be pretty much invisible.
Okay, and then after Jaylin, we'll get to Kara, and we're done.
Yay! And you must be a little bit later than us, so it's earlier for you, Kara. That's why you mentioned the coffee. Or you're like me and you could drink coffee anytime.
Yeah, not me. Not me.
I could drink coffee almost anytime. All right, Jaylin.
Okay, we have the Eight of Swords, but the Eight of Swords is reversed. Do have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is also reversed. All the cards are reversed, but they're all not necessarily bad. Now we have the Devil. The Devil is reversed.
Well, the Eight of Swords reversed maybe indicates that the child is willing or would like to be a little bit more forward or out there. The child may be feeling that they were uncomfortable or they felt limited in certain ways, and so maybe they feel like this is a new opportunity. That's in general aces there. But maybe there's a slowing down here, or maybe there's something that is not quite connected. And of course, sometimes we're talking about prosperity, money issues, but sometimes we're talking about security issues too. And so once again, it may be about the comfort, maybe the actual feel of being secure in some ways. So these may be questions that are not exactly pertinent to the school situation, or maybe they are. I'm not really sure yet. So moving on then to the Devil reversed, maybe this is saying that there really is a need, I think, or the child maybe even deep inside realize that certain attitudes need to change, or certain things that they feel like maybe they feel, you said 6 or 8, I don't remember, that there's something about the level of closeness. I'm not sure why I'm feeling that, but one is about removing restrictions, which is kind of like that one too, or having restrictions, or feeling more drawn to something, or feeling less drawn to something, or feeling more free.
So, okay, so they just started a new school. That's correct, right? And I feel that Ace of Pentacles reversed there is indicating it hasn't gotten off to a very comfortable start. I think that's what the Ace is saying. It's just saying, no, this hasn't been comfortable. This hasn't been smooth, and it doesn't, it just kind of, I understand the concerns by looking at that card. I feel that the Eight of Swords and the Devil reversed kind of go hand in hand here, because both of them speak about freeing yourselves from things that restrict you. So your daughter needs to look for a way to feel more comfortable here. And I feel like that she needs to just understand that, she deserves to be independent and free, and she deserves to be accepted for who she is. I feel that hopefully that this situation is something she'll be able to overcome. I feel this here because the eight is reversed and the Devil is reversed. In other words, things that were restricting or possibly blocking could be removed. Maybe it's just a matter of time and people getting to know her better. I want to draw the Lenormand on this to see if we get more.
6 is a very young age for a child. And of course, you did also ask too, what could you possibly do to help that? So I'm wondering if some of this plays over into that, the idea of restrictions or things that are discomforting that you might be able to change. But let's take a look at the Lenormand.
Yeah, I don't know, because it's so external.
It does look pretty external.
As a parent, it's really rough, because you don't want to get in the middle too much. And, because other students may think that, the child needs the daughter to stand up for her, or the child needs the mother to stand up for her. And they may see that as a sign of weakness, especially those who bully. And you don't want that to happen either, so you don't want to be too smothering here. I feel that the child has to find her own way and her own strength here with these two cards. And you should inspire and encourage her in that regard. All right, Carol, we'll be getting to you next.
I have the Bear.
And I have the Moon. And wow, does that not tell me something here? So, Jaylyn, if you are still with us, this is saying that, finding her in power, her personal power, and feeling good about herself will bring about a successful transition. I feel like, she needs to feel empowered. So whatever you can do to make her feel empowered and not, let's just say, a victim of these circumstances here might be a good, healthy thing.
Right, and I didn't see it here, but a thought that crossed my mind was that sometimes there are, and I realize we're in the middle of a pandemic, so it's probably pretty different right now, but there are, other after-school or quasi-after-school activities for children. Maybe it's possible to be in brownies, Girl Scouts, or things like that. Sometimes, of course, it's fee structured, so you have to consider that. But things where maybe they're not exactly school-related could also open up areas of expression for her comfort within group settings, maybe.
Right. I don't want to offer you too much advice there, other than to say that also the Bear is about a kind of a mother figure, a strong she-bear who protects their children and their interests, but it's also about personal empowerment. And so I feel, as her mother, you should try to do things that will help bolster her self-esteem at this time, and that will achieve the success that you're looking for, I hope.
Yeah,
so that's my best advice for you at this point. I feel the possibility exists that she will find her power and she will turn this around. But yes.
These cards really do indicate that.
It hasn't been off to the most perfect start. So good luck with that. I really wish you the best.
Good luck. Good luck to your daughter. So that means we are on our final
Carol,
reading.
go ahead and put your question in so I can send Mr. O off to eat.
Well, if I eat, you get to eat too, though, right?
If I'm ready.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So that means that if it's cold, when you want to eat,
I can
you'll
reheat.
be okay.
We have something called a microwave. What do the spirits, okay, what can the spirits tell you about what you can do to enhance your spiritual path? Nice question, Kara. Mr. O, your cards?
My cards. Gonna use the Karma Tarot. What can the spirits tell you to enhance your spiritual path?
It's so tough with kids in school, you know, it's because we can't control the behavior of other children and, you know, how their parents have brought them up. But we can control our own lives. And so we have to find ways to bolster ourselves, you know, so that we can manage, you know, what is thrown at us and realize that we are strong and that we can rise above that kind of stuff. It's tough. It's just tough. We have seen some rather difficult things. We know a child who had some serious issues with bullying. So it's not easy, for sure. So I wish you luck again, Jalen, if you're still with us. All right, Kara. Let's see what's going on with that spiritual path.
Okay, we have the Nine of Wands reversed. Then we have the Three of Coins, which is upright. And then we have the Knight of Cups, and that one's reversed.
Well, it does seem as though maybe there's some feelings of unfulfillment here on some level with your spiritual path. Possibly, have you felt like you need to throw in the towel or maybe, you know, leave something behind to move to something else? I think the Three of Coins is saying here, maybe that's not the case. Maybe the case may be that you need to do more study. You need to do more, maybe an apprenticeship to work under somebody. Maybe you need to work more with others on this path.
Well, I think I put the Three of Coins there because I think that the Spirit is saying that if you did do like what Banshee's saying, there would clearly be some sort of honor, praise, notice for that. And that would most likely be coming from Spirit. I think that it's saying there are times maybe where sometimes aspects of your emotional life, your happiness, not necessarily about our relationships, but it could include that, may distract you or may keep you from understanding Spirit's messages for you. And that the other thing is that sometimes this overall contributes to the idea that you do question if you're on the right path and whether it is worth fighting for. But Spirit really, I put this above, is wanting to tell you that if it is worth learning to do better, Spirit certainly will notice that work.
So I would say this, that it may be that Spirit is saying, you know, if your present path is not giving you joy, there is no shame in throwing up the white flag and surrendering and moving on to something that fulfills you more and that really brings out the best in you. That too could be indicated here.
Let's do the Lenormand.
Let's do the Lenormand and see what else we get with it.
I kind of like this reading. It has some resonance. I hope you think so. It still is a little bit on the vaguer side in a way.
I can't seem to grab one. I'm grabbing like 20 here. Okay, I got it. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
House or home and star. So I think the idea, is that
Yeah.
within your home, within your house, within the circle of how you feel family is for you, there is something awesome there, something inspiring. And that even if you live alone, even if you don't live in the most beautiful home that you would want to live in, there's a way to make it resonant for your work with spirit, or to attract spirit's blessings, or looking towards you. It's clearly could happen. So I'm thinking it's saying, however, and I'm not saying you have to erect an altar at your home and put up the statues of what you believe in, but I'm saying you have to find a way of having spirit permeate your home. And that just includes maybe even yourself even. It doesn't have to be your house. You don't have to have, incense burning and smudge all the time. You just have to have reverence for that, I think.
The home can also be, we've talked about security, protection, safety.
Keeps wanting to jump out of my hand.
Choose a spiritual path that really makes you feel comfortable. I mean, that you have a comfort with. Or I would say too is, don't expect, to really, how do I want to say this? I know what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to get it into words. I feel that you have to bring this down to a level that you can work with, that you're comfortable working with. Maybe in some ways things seem too far, you don't understand some things, or you're trying too hard to reach for something, and you need to bring this more down to earth, to a level that you can understand. So like I said, it may take training, it may take some more study,
work.
And don't be afraid, and work. It's like you need to put some work into it. That's, I think, where I'm going with it.
Wow, I love it. I hope that meant something to you. I think it really does kind of show that there's something for you, but you have to, like Banshee said, bring it to your own level and understand that it's really all about within. I'm not saying you never did, of course, but like home is where the hope is.
Well, and it's
home
funny.
Is where the hope is.
Everybody has their own relationship with the divine and their spirituality, and their relationship with divinity. And so I feel here, you may hear people talking about great experiences they've been having, maybe on the path that you're on, and you're wondering, well, why isn't that happening for me? Don't measure your success by other people's standards. Find your own comfort zone.
Right, and I think the Three of Coins really, it draws back to that. Because number one, a lot of times there is a star on those Three of Pentacles suits. But it's the idea, I think, of the destiny that awaits you. That's what the Three of Coins is about, is a destiny that can await you.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So that's what we have for you, Kara. Good luck with that. And we are done. Oh my gosh, we're almost an hour into overtime. We're done.
But you're all worth it. You're
all worth it. We love you all. And it's time well spent for us. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You fill my 9 of cups. All right, everybody. It's been a day. We thank you all for joining us. And we'll see you back here on Thursday evening.
Thanks again.
Angel, there you are. And Jaylyn, you didn't make it, Jaylyn. We did your reading. So you were right before this last reading
Go back about 15 minutes or so.
For Kara. So go back and listen to it, okay?
Because we talked about your daughter, and it was a very interesting reading. We hope you can read it.
I hope you get something out of it, and if not, come back and join us again, and we'll be glad to do it again for you, okay? So take care, everybody, and we will see you soon, okay? Bye-bye.